I also want to thank Anna-Karin for taking the leadership in terms of running and leading this groundbreaking study to estimate the resource requirements for delivering a multi-sectoral package of support services for women and girls who experience violence here in Laos. I think this study is very timely, especially considering that Laos just a few months ago launched its first prevalence survey, because having data on prevalence of violence as well as the costs of this violence together can form a critical first step for preventing and eliminating such violence. I think, as many of you know by now, and violence against women and girls is the most common violation of human rights worldwide. It affects 1 out of every 3 women and girls in their lifetime globally. And ever since United Nations member states and governments from around the world committed to the Beijing Platform for Action some 20 years ago now, we have known that this violence is not just a human rights violation in its own right. And at national level, we have also come a very long way to have policies and laws in place to criminalize violence. In ASEAN, 8 out of 10 countries now have laws in place to end violence against women. Of course, Laos PDR is one of them. And also, if you look at the broader Asia-Pacific region, we see the same figures. About 80% of countries now have such laws. And this is a very significant improvement over the past few years. I think the most important finding of this study is that delivering a minimum package of essential services for women who experience violence is not that costly. The total costs over a 3-year period accounts for just 0.25% of GDP in Laos PDR, 0.25%, and less than 1/3% in Timor-Leste. This is very important, especially if we compare these numbers to the cost of the problem. A recent study that UN Women did in Vietnam showed that the cost of domestic violence in Vietnam, in terms of the productivity losses and the future opportunity costs,